The 7 most important dating tips for women if you're looking for a relationship. So, first dates can feel like a mix out of excitement and nerves, but they're also like a really great opportunity to connect and create meaningful experiences. And these 7 really essential tips that I want to give you, they're going to help you to navigate the next date with confidence and with ease and authenticity, and it sets the foundation for maybe even a potential relationship. So let's get into this. Number 1, I want to say you don't want to treat dates like an interview. Treat dates like an adventure, okay? You want to have a good time. You want to get to know each other. You want to focus on having fun and enjoying the experience rather than evaluating your compatibility on the first date. That's really not necessary. The most important thing is that you guys have a really good time. You laugh, you enjoy, you share some emotions, and it doesn't even matter if they're good or bad emotions, if they are scary or positive. Like, you can do so many different things and you can bond over those experiences, right? And that's really what you want to go for here. It's not like, okay, let me check all the boxes straight away. Let me see how many boxes I can check. No, have fun, adventure. It's not an interview, it's not an interrogation. You want to get to know this person, so be curious. Choose a venue, choose a situation. Make sure you do something where both of you guys can be comfortable and allows for an easy conversation. Like, now, obviously, if you're going to the cinema to watch a movie, how much time do you have to talk over there? Not so much, right? Okay, the second point is obviously you want to be open and genuine, right? Authenticity builds trust and lays the groundwork for a deeper connection. So show genuine curiosity and let your true self shine through. There's no point of like trying to be a person that you're not. It's gonna come out anyway sooner or later, because now all of a sudden you have to pretend that you're a person that you're really not. So what's the point of it? Just be honest, just be straightforward, just be truthful, just be transparent, and like, you're going to win. Because even if he's not going to be attracted to you like this, he wasn't the right one for you anyway, right? So just be yourself and be open and genuine. Hi, did you know there's an ancient formula that can show you exactly what you need to do in order to experience the life and the love of your dreams? I'm going to share a little secret with you, because I teach this formula to all of my private clients, and the results that they have achieved just from these insights alone is absolutely incredible. And I call it the love alignment equation. And for a very short time, I'm inviting you to participate in a free 15-minute love alignment call with me or a member of my heart-to-heart team. All you have to do is click the link in the description, and if there's a booking link with available times, then you still have a chance to reserve your spot. So act fast before I decide to close this offer again. The third point is dress for confidence. When I say that, I mean, like, if you wear a certain attire, you're gonna feel a certain way, right? So if you go to a date, wear something that makes you feel attractive, that makes you both feel attractive. And obviously at the same time at ease. If you put something on and it's super comfortable and you can't wear it and it's like, that's not what you want, because that also is probably not something that you feel really authentic with and really real with. Because why would you wear something that is so like uncomfortable and you can barely breathe because you wear this corset or whatever? And it's like, no, don't go for that. You want to have something that is where you feel comfortable but confident, and where maybe there's even a touch of mystery in there, so you don't show too much too early, but there's like, wow, like, I'm getting curious, I want to see more of this lady type, you know? The fourth point, stay away from your phone, please. Like, I personally, I cannot stand if I'm even with friends, right? But definitely not on a date. When you go on a date and then you're having dinner or you're having a coffee, and rather this person having a conversation with you and is looking into your eyes, they're constantly interrupted. They're on their phone, they're texting, they're doing this, they're doing that. Not only is it super disrespectful, but also it disconnects so much. If I see this, someone does that in front of me, it's like, is there something really important here right now? Or do we want to have that conversation? If you feel like you want to focus on your phone, that's fine. But I think then we might want to like finish it right here. Because what's the point? Like, am I on a date with you, or am I on a date with you and your phone and whoever's on the other side of the phone? So put that phone away. Be present. Be in the moment. It creates so much more opportunity to engage with that person and create a memorable experience. Remember, We wanted to have an adventure. We wanted to have something positive, something that we experience together. But if you're more together with your phone, we're not going to be able to have that. The fifth point is like you want to engage in meaningful conversations. Get away from this chit chat, weather here and like, what happened yesterday and politics there and whatever. Like, no, have a meaningful conversation. Talk about yourself, but also make sure, ask what's happening in his world. Like this back and forth, really getting to know each other and actively listening and show interest in his experience, not just of the date, but his life and his perspectives. That's really what it's all about. Now, obviously, you want to reveal a little bit about yourself too. And if he's not curious about that, if he doesn't really want to get to know you either, then like it's the same thing, right? You're like, well, why am I here? So that goes both ways. So the more you can actually try to explore the depth of a person or their perspectives or their beliefs, the more you're actually going to have a very beautiful conversation. And a conversation, and I mentioned active listening before, a conversation is not just about talking. A conversation very much is also about listening and listening deeply. Okay, let's come to the sixth point, which unfortunately we have to share, is you want to stay safe. If it's a first date and you don't know the guy, and unfortunately, like nowadays, there's so many things that are not quite in, the most healthiest or safest way. So you want to go into public. And you want to make sure you maybe even let someone else know, someone else that you trust about your plans. You're going on this date, you're the man, Some are a little bit more on the intense side of making sure they're really safe. Others, they're very safe in themselves. They can handle it and they would pick, a public spot anyway. I think the most important thing here to share is with all of this is like, you want to trust your instincts, and prioritize your comfort throughout the whole date. If you're getting uncomfortable, if you are not really feeling like you're safe anymore, then walk away from it. Change the environment. Change the situation. Don't be scared to just walk away from this. It's like, hey, look, this doesn't feel good anymore. I want to go. Jump into a cab and leave. Perfectly fine. You don't have to take responsibility for anything else but yourself in this regard. And who's going to take care of yourself in the best way possible? It's obviously you. So make sure that you really also prioritize yourself. And if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel safe, if you don't feel like this is the right environment for you anymore, change it up. You have the power. It's your life. You're in control. Okay, let's come to the seventh one. Avoid over-analyzing. Focus on the moment to create a relaxed and enjoyed connection. And don't stress over, each little interaction, what he said and what he means, and is it right and is it wrong, and maybe he picked the wrong word, and now we're getting all agitated. It's like, no. Come back to like ease, effortless, have fun. Like you always, whatever experience, there's always multiple sides how you can look at it, right? You can pick the one that's like, oh my God, I need to get super angry. Oh my God, I need to get annoyed. Or like, wow, maybe really just picked the wrong word right now. Let me talk to him about this, And it doesn't have to be this big thing straight away. But obviously, if he completely crosses the boundaries, crosses the lines, and it's like it becomes disrespectful, whatever, then bring it up. There's nothing to overanalyze, right? It's very clear and straightforward. If it becomes disrespectful, it's disrespectful. But if it's just like small little things, I would say try to stay calm and let things flow really naturally. That's so, so important. If you're trying to orchestrate and like almost like be the puppet master a little bit too much, it becomes a little bit heavy. It becomes a little bit like controlled, and like the natural flow of life and that relationship and that connection in that moment, it's just like the magic disappears. So dating is really about like building connections and enjoying the moment and enjoying the journey. It's not like the first date has to be perfect. Probably it's not going to be perfect. And there's so much more that can be explored. It's the first time that you get to know each other in one way or another. So it's a little bit of a testing each other out, feeling like what works, what doesn't, like, maybe both of you have a little bit of the nerves, and like allow that to happen. It doesn't have to be this like perfect date and having these high expectations of what it needs to be. And if you follow these 7 steps that it just gave you, you for sure create a better foundation for meaningful first date experiences that are fun, that are entertaining, that are engaging, and they're setting the stage for future dates and maybe future relationships. And then one final word for advice. My personal first date advice, specifically to women. Actually, to men as well. If you're looking for a serious relationship and you really like this guy, and there's something special, and there's this gravitation, and you're like, oh my God, like the body is responding, the energy is there, the magnetism is there, then my advice is to not have sex with him on that first date. Why? I don't even want to go too much into detail, but in order to build that emotional intimacy that you desire, and if he's really on board and is looking for a long-term relationship, something serious too, then to build that emotional intimacy, it's not going to happen on the first date. So therefore, going all the way to this final piece, this sacred union of intimacy straight away, in my opinion, is just not the best solution. It's not the best path moving forward. And there's so much more to it, and I have a different video for it. I'm trying to link it in the description as well, so you can read it, you can watch it, and that's going to give you all the insights that you need to know when it comes to sex on the first date, yes or no. With all that said, these are my 7 tips, and if you like them, thumbs up or something in the comments. Give me your advice, give me your thoughts, give me your ideas. What else should be on there on the dating tips that we want to follow through on the first date. And never forget, push the subscribe button. I know I mentioned it again. I don't even like mentioning it, but apparently it really helps. So let's do it. Click the subscribe button and you're going to be notified every time we're going to post another video, which right now is 4 every single week.